Y'all really let the guy that does all this talking get his own podcast? Get it together, man. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big Maul here with another episode of Getting It Together. I pray that you guys have been being blessed. I pray that you guys have been just going out there and conquering the world, and just living the best that you can live, man. I know that sometimes it gets hard to do so because life just has all of its speed bumps and obstacles that you got to get around, and that can be that can cause you to want to turn around and not even continue to push forward with your goals. That's why it's important for us to not get inside of our heads, and that's kind of about what I want to lean into for this episode. Just not too long, but we're humans, and we feel insecurities and fears and doubt, and we have confusion about where we should head next, and all of those things. So yeah, we get inside of our heads a lot, and that's scary. It's scary because we don't realize how powerful our mind is and how powerful our thoughts can be. Our minds and our thoughts, they can actually trick us into thinking that what we're going for is something that we can't obtain, or that we're not worthy, or we don't have what it takes. And we can think those thoughts so much that we can convince ourselves that they are all true, and our bodies will respond to what we're thinking. You ever thought to yourself about, I don't know, like if you suffered a heartbreak, you were so madly in love with this person, and you suffered a heartbreak, and you start thinking to yourself, man, I'm not worthy of love. I'm ugly. I'm not entertaining. I'm not smart. I don't know how to keep my partner engaged. I don't dress well. You can just say all these negative things about yourself, and your body will start responding. You'll start feeling exactly the way that you've been talking about yourself. You'll start feeling ugly, and feeling ugly is a terrible feeling, because you can actually feel disgusting, as if you're not attractive, as if your personality is just there you have none. You'll start feeling as if you're a loner, and no one gets you, no one understands you, and you're going to be alone. You can convince yourself that you're sick and you're fat, or you're too skinny. You can force those thoughts into your body, and you'll feel terrible. I used to think negatively about myself coming up through high school. Every time that I dated a girl and we broke up, and I felt so, I felt so heartbroken and so upset, I would be down in the dumps, and I would be saying like, oh man, I'm not tall enough, or I'm not athletic enough. I don't wear what was the hottest clothing. Like, I wasn't wearing polo and and Jabot's jeans, and I didn't have Jordans on my feet. Like I thought all these things about myself because that's what I thought that women were attracted to, because I based that off of what I used to see. And I figured that I didn't fit that mold, so that's why. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning. Excuse me. But I figured like I don't meet that mold, so that's why this girl doesn't want to be with me anymore, because I don't look like this and I don't dress like this, and I started feeling down on myself, because my mind played tricks on me. I didn't know any better, I was a kid. But as adults, we have to realize that our thoughts can dictate where we ultimately end up in life, because our thoughts can hold us back and cause us to not go after anything, and we'll be before you know it, 10 years will have flown by, and you could have accomplished what you would have accomplished if you didn't let your thoughts conquer your spirit, your purpose. What your purpose is. It's something that you feel deep down inside, something that moves you, something that keeps you awake, something that just excites you to the point where you just it makes you feel incredible. It makes you feel as if you're just alive when you are doing whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're creating music, whether you're shooting videos, whether you are a photographer, whether you have your own business, whether you're studying to be a doctor or a lawyer, or whatever it is. It is a thrill that you get when you cross over and make a new achievement in that area. And you won't feel those things. You won't know what those experiences are like. You won't even know what growth is like if you continue to allow your thoughts to shape your mindset into thinking that you can't achieve any of these things. You can't feel any of those moments because you don't deserve them, and you don't have what it takes. You're not built for it. I surrounded myself, or I should say I surround myself with, firstly, I pray, and I write in my journal. And then also, I continue to read, and I have a lot of positive influences that I follow on social media. I follow a lot of motivational speakers. I follow a lot of authors. I follow a lot of music artists that are not mainstream, but they are very, very influential, and they are very great at their craft. So I follow a lot of, their music is more so positive, and some are Christian rap artists, and then some are just artists like that don't promote. They just don't use a lot of profanity, if at all. They don't promote any like gang violence, drugs or sex, or degrading women. A lot of rappers that are like kind of like they take they're like the Will Smith, in that Will Smith lane of just making music fun and clean and fresh and polished, something that you can listen to with the family, and it's motivational and positive, and I just try to maintain my thoughts as positive as possible. What you want to do is when you set out to do something, you want to set yourself up, for success, obviously, but beyond the actual physical work, you have to be, you have to have a mental mindset that you're going to, I just keep yawning. I'm so sorry. I just keep yawning. Man, I don't know why I keep yawning. But you have to shape your mindset as to say, I am going to be successful. What I am doing right now, my craft that I'm working on, it is going to, this is only the beginning, but this is going to propel me into greater, because I will continue to work on my craft. I will continue to get better, and I will continue to find more interesting ways to stay engaged and to just work on my craft. I tell myself, with the podcast, I tell myself I'm going to continue to be vulnerable. I'm going to continue to be open. I'm going to continue to discuss things that, some people may have a hard time discussing and being real with themselves or other people. I will continue to share my experiences so that I can better relate to the audience. I will continue. And then I will continue to promote my podcast. I will continue to share my podcast with the world. I will continue to post it on different social media outlets that I have. I will continue to just work on being comfortable on the mic. I will continue to, make sure that my delivery and what I'm talking about is coming from a genuine place, so that it will come across as the listener as genuine. So setting my intentions, right? And just like with my videos, I want to make sure that I am speaking with emotion. I am making eye contact. I'm making sure I'm pronouncing my words. I'm being fluid, and I'm talking slow, but I'm being effective, and I'm making sure that I'm getting my point across, and I'm making sure that I am as clean and not clean. You want to be clean physically, but I'm making sure that I'm not using a bunch of unnecessary profanity and cuss words just to get people to understand that I'm emotional about what I'm talking about. And then I put my videos out there, and then I share them across the web, and they reach who they reach. And I'm so thankful for that, just like this podcast. And I'm so thankful for that. What I do for work, I make sure that, I intend on, of course you want to work hard, but I intend on, because I train with law enforcement. So, I make sure my intentions are as clear cut as when we're training, so that we are, me and the trainee are receiving the best possible outcome from the training session. When I work out, of course I focus on wanting to look good and wanting to have gains, but I also make sure that my workout is effective, and I take my time, and I make sure that I'm working whatever muscle group I'm working. I make sure that I isolate that muscle group so that I can get the best possible workout with that muscle group that I can. So with your having a positive mindset is setting your intentions on what you are doing. And I don't think we as people, as humans, as individuals, I don't think that we don't realize how important that is. We have to, when we're doing something, we have to have the intentions of completing the task successfully and being as effective as possible. You gotta think about, these artists, when they make music, I'm pretty sure every artist that loves what they do, loves what they put out, they want to make sure that whatever song that they're recording in the studio at that present moment, at that time, they're making sure that they put as much as hard work, as much as emotion that they can in their words, because they are in the studio performing. They're telling a story. And their intentions are to get that story out and for people to feel them, and for their feelings to be heard, for their emotions to be heard and also felt. And they're not they're not setting out to that. Their sole purpose is not to be, not to sound relatable, but to sound as genuine and as natural as they can. And then the people that can relate to it will just naturally do that. But they intend on it being a complete project that they gave their all. When they walk away from that booth, when they step out of that booth, they can say that I gave this song 100%. I gave this album 100%. Just like an athlete, they make sure that their intentions are to learn the game, whatever sport it is. Their intentions are to learn the game and perfect the craft, and that's why they practice. But they have to have clear-cut intentions on what they are setting out to do. And they have to have that mindset of them being successful, knowing that the hard work is going to pay off. Also, knowing that you are going to have trouble. You are going to have unexpected events happen that will cause you to possibly slow down, or will cause you to possibly, maybe even stop to get yourself together. You'll have those moments that you can see coming in or you can't see coming, but those moments help us grow. But we can't be afraid of having moments like that where we will have to readjust our strategies, or we will have to pause and take a detour. We will have to come up with a different method to continue to keep moving forward. If you are a writer, you are going to have writer's block. You're gonna trust. You're gonna enjoy the experiences of when everything is flowing and everything you are typing in your story and whatever you are talking about in your book, and it feels amazing because you are just in your zone. That is the most amazing feeling ever, to be in your zone. But no one talks about, hardly ever, whenever you just can't draw anything from your mind, and you sit and you sit and you sit, and you even get worried because you're having all of this trouble trying to come up with the words to put on paper so that the reader can be engaged. And you probably even have doubts that this book won't be as great, or this chapter is going to be a chapter that they're not going to want to read. They're going to get lost. They won't be interested in. But we can't think like that. We have to know that we have to mentally get a hold of what we're doing, and make sure that our intentions are just as pure as they can be. And like I always say, whoever will gravitate to it, it will be natural. It won't be forced. And when it's 100% effort and 100% hard work, then you will be successful. Sometimes it takes time for things to take off. Sometimes it takes things, for you to start seeing results. But that's the beauty of the journey, going through that process, and then, having your moment to where you actually see, or you begin to see the fruits of your labor. And that's the most amazing feeling, because that's when your hard work is paying off. But you can't stop there. You have to continue to keep going. But you can now, you have proof that if I just continue to keep my foot on the gas pedal, I'm going to be okay. I have proof of that. You have to feel that in your body, feel that in your spirit. But you cannot think that you won't be successful. You can think that, if I make a mistake, I'm going to come back and regroup, and I'm going to come back harder. And then the next time I'm going to win. I'm going to do it, but you can't You can't think that you're going to go through untouched. And you have to do that with anything in life, whether it's, like I said, it's your career, it's your job, whether you're in school. You have to do it with your relationships and your friendships. You have to do it with when you're cooking. You have to do it with when you're cleaning. Just it is very powerful. Like I said, I can't stress it enough. Set your intentions before you do anything. Set your intentions, and then as you go for it, as you work towards it, be as effective as you can, be as positive as you can, and enjoy the experience when you are in that process. When you enjoy the experience, you are growing because you are realizing during that present moment the work that you are putting in is going to be beneficial in the long run because it is going to help you grow. It's going to help you. It's going to help you continue your journey in whatever it is that you are actively doing. And that's it. So you have to just continue to push forward and think positive. Don't sell yourself short. You're not going to start off, on top of the world as soon as you begin something. You're not. That's not life. You're never going to just start out on top. You have to go through all of the emotions. But that's the thing. You have to go through them all. You can't skip steps. You can't ignore them. You can't try to brush off your emotions. They will show back up. You have to go through every emotion on your journey. The question is your mind ready for that? You have to tell yourself that whatever, and when I say that, I mean whatever it is that you want to do in your life in this lifetime, whatever it is, do not think that you will not achieve it. If it is something that you want in your heart, it is something that you desire, something that you just feel as if it's a burning desire in your heart, and you pray to God about it and you talk to God about it and you just feel it in your heart that that's your purpose, you have no room for negative thoughts. You have to be positive and you have to be real with yourself and tell yourself, I'm not going to be successful overnight. I'm not going to achieve whatever it is that I want to achieve overnight. But the journey, I am welcoming the journey. I am welcoming the emotions that will come along in this journey. And I am welcoming nothing but positive thoughts as I move forward. Just be positive and set your intentions. And then just go out there and apply the pressure. God will take care of the rest. But when you think positive and you speak positive and you move along in your life and you do the things that you are doing in your life that you want to do career-wise, that will shape your life for the rest of it, you will feel it in your body. You will feel it. You will feel the positive energy running through your veins. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where you don't have the creative mind. You're going to have days where you just feel like you want to lay in bed. You're going to have those days where you feel as if you're not moving fast enough, but any motion is better than no motion. And when you work towards something, when you pray about it, and when you just move with intention, you are always moving forward. Do not forget that. Think positive, set your intentions, and apply the pressure. Whew, man. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm just marinating on what I just said. I'm just marinating on what I just said. Set your intentions, think positive, and apply the pressure. Yes. I'm gonna get out of here, man. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic week. I hope that your Monday is not mundane and that you are living your life the best way possible, and you are praying and you are drinking your water and you are eating your fruits and your veggies and you're just being the best version of yourself that you can be, in a nutshell. All right, so set your intentions, think positive, and apply the pressure, and pray to Hey man, God loves you, I love you, you love you, and I will holler at y'all later. Peace.